What's up everyone, Lion Roar here, and we just got our next brand new legendary Aquatic Kingdoms hero in Gemstone Legends. It is Merise, and she's looking like a really strong support hero, so of course I'm gonna do a full breakdown. But first, download Gemstone Legends, a mobile RPG puzzle match game. Use the link in the description to start with free stuff, including a bonus hero. Alright, so Aquatic Kingdoms is a brand new clan in Gemstone Legends that just recently came out, so make sure to go check out my video of the first couple of heroes they released with it. Merise is the next one here, and she actually resembles a legendary version of an epic hero I really like and used for a long time, and actually still use depending on the scenario, like if I'm digging deep into wars and things like that. So it's really great to see an upgraded legendary version because she's like twice as good as Diana. I'm going to show you Diana for just a moment here. We're going to jump into my heroes. This is Diana, and she is an amazing support hero, and what she really focuses on is removing negative statuses and granting an increase to mana and things like that. So while she's not exactly the same and she's not like identical by any means to Merise. Merise actually is doing more than Diana, quite a bit more than Diana, and she should because she's legendary. But let's run through her first. Let's look at some of the basic stuff. So the things that are jumping out to me first here are she's actually a pretty balanced hero when it comes to the basic stats. The speed is a little bit on the higher side, although not enough to like ultra affect things by any means. But the attack is pretty balanced. The HP looks good. The defense looks pretty good there. And then the mana gain, it's key because it's at 22, and that means that you can put a full set of caster equipment on her to make her go off faster, because once that mana gain gets up to 25, then you only need 4 tiles to make her go off. And on top of that, she does help to replenish mana as well, so you know it can go even faster potentially. All right, she is a speed leader, which I love to see. This is absolutely the best leader ability in the game. Anything that makes you go faster. Quite honestly, in Gemstone Legends, if you're having a hard time deciding how to build a hero, like speed is, you can just never go wrong with speed. You might need to sprinkle in some other things too, but speed is always important, and especially if you're looking for depth in things like wars, then you're going to want several speed heroes. All right, let's take a look at the first ability here. Notice that I am in the lexicon, so what this means is we're looking at a maxed out ability. Of course, you're going to have to level the ability to get here, and there's actually not a lot of text here, which is kind of rare for Gemstone Legends. Removes 2 negative statuses from all allies, but that is huge because for much of Gemstone Legends history, we haven't had a lot of good cleansers in this game who remove negative statuses. And you know, the most that we would typically see is removing 1 negative status from all allies. Like, that was huge when this game first started out, and through much of the beginning of its time playing with me playing, you would be able to like target heroes to remove negative statuses from, but then like only recently did we start getting AoE effects to this, and now we get 2 negative statuses that can be removed from all allies. That's huge. She also grants Spell Shield to all allies for 5 turns and gains immunity for 4 turns. Now, I think those 2 abilities conflict a little bit. They're amazing, by the way. So, of course, when you have immunity, you can't take on negative statuses, and Spell Shield is doing the same thing. It's blocking negative statuses. But that's where I see a little bit of conflict between them, because if you have Spell Shield, why do you need immunity, vice versa? I mean, obviously they're different turn speeds and things like that, but I just think what I wish for was that she either had Spell Shield or immunity, and then maybe something else, but maybe that would make her too powerful. But this is a powerful effect. I just feel like it's kind of an awkward one to have both of those at the same time. But it is extremely powerful. It just might have been too powerful if they had a different third ability potentially. Let's look at the passive. At the start of her turn, she grants recovery status to all allies for 3 turns. So recovery status is gaining 5% HP. And so everyone's going to do this for 3 turns. So she is a healer, and an AoE healer at that. Every 8 turns of the battle, at the start of her turn, she casts recovery 1 additional time and max 3 additional casts. So basically just, you know, the frequency of recovery. This should basically always be on if you're playing right, is what I'm trying to say. This should always be on. At the end of her turn, she grants Soul Replenish to all allies for 4 turns. Now, this is regaining you mana. So it's gaining 5 mana per turn. So to all allies. So we are seeing a negation of negative effects. So she's a cleanser more than anything. And on top of cleansing, she's going to heal. And it's a pretty good heal effect. And she's going to recover mana. So once she starts going off, like once this passive is going, your whole team is going faster. She's an incredible support hero in that way. At the end of her turn, she grants Soul Replenish to all allies for 4 turns. And then mana gain increased by 2. So this is like, of course, if you level this ability all the way up. So like really level 1, you don't have that. So when you level the ability, then you get the mana gain. Just kind of keep that in mind. That affects how much like caster equipment you're going to put on and stuff like that. At the start of her turn, attack and defense increased by 5% every 5 turns is the last ability there. I started to read it all over again. Sorry about that. Attack and defense increased by 5% every turns just means that she's going to get tougher and tougher. I really don't care about the attack here, but the defense is pretty important. So that part of it is incentivizing longer battles, and she certainly is a hero that's facilitating a longer battle. So what you're looking for here potentially is to build a team that's very, very tough to take out. If you pair her as a support hero with another hero potentially where they're playing off of each other, one can heal the other and vice versa, so that if the opponent is trying to take out one, you have a backup plan to try and save that other hero, and then they're all affecting the whole team like this, that could be a really difficult team to deal with. So there's lots of synergies here. I see her being used everywhere. On your top team in like the arena, she's gonna be like your top team in wars, like everywhere. Like you go deep into some of the events and things like this in this game where like you really need speed and health. She is going to be extremely powerful. So I'm excited about her. I think she's amazing. I do have a bunch of scrolls. Oh man, you know what? I think she's so good. I'm just gonna go all out. Let's do it. I'm not gonna waste any more time. And here we go. And I'm gonna skip through it pretty quick since I have so many scrolls. We might only take a look at any interesting heroes I might summon along the way here because I have most of these. But I want to know your thoughts. I had a great time playing with Diana, and I found some really amazing team building synergies that still work today. Although I wouldn't say it's in my like top strategy, but she definitely, with basically like twice as many positives, could be right there in the top strategy that I'm using. Sacho, by the way, I believe is also one of the heroes. Yeah, that we it's a new hero you can summon. A support hero, grants increased speed to all allies for 2 turns. That's great. Grants protective shield based on 10% of target's max HP to all allies 2 turns. Once per wave, he removes 2 negative statuses from all allies when he dies. I don't like depending on a hero dying, but maybe if you can resurrect him somehow, that could turn into a good strategy. 50% chance to grant increased defense to all allies for 2 turns at the end of his turn. All right, let's continue on. I know I don't have... Look, someone's probably going to point out I don't have a wish list hero, and that's because I am spending my resources on other things right now. I have pretty much... I've just gotten lucky, and I have pretty much all the heroes I want to have. So, that's why I'm just kind of running naked here. All right, let me know in the comments what your team building strategy with Maurice is going to be. Because I'm curious how people will do this with their own individual unique rosters, because that's been one of the really great things about Gemstone Legends, is just how different everybody's rosters can be, and how good all the different strategies are. This game is not lopsided. It's got a really healthy meta. All right, we just got Laurent. I love the meta in this game. I think Gemstone Legends has done a better job than most games keeping heroes balanced, so they don't release one hero and then it just negates everything else that was going on before. All right, we got Dusa. Continuing on.
Like I said, just going through this quickly here. We're gonna see what we can get. All right, we just hooked another one. Hopefully it's a legendary. All right, and this one is Tian Wu. Continuing on. If anything, I'm gonna have a lot of like fodder to feed a hero if I can get a legendary. I actually haven't struck on a real good legendary in a while, so I am looking for someone to level to use all my fodder on. And we got Kurgi. That's the bomb throwing family. Okay, yep. Ran out of space, so fodder, purely fodder feeding time. I better get something to feed these two. Otherwise, it's gonna feel like a waste pulling them out of my mailbox just to feed them to some mediocre hero that I don't really care to be leveling. But I don't want to waste him either, you know what I mean? Alright, next one up. Come on, Maurice. Oh, I have plenty of these. Jamoke. I have plenty of that family. Oh, screen froze for a moment there. Okay, there we go. What are we at now? 117 scrolls left. This is a lot of scrolls, but man, I will tell you what. It's not often you get one of these like really great heroes that come around. But I don't think she's gonna be like I do admit I don't think she's going to be like the best hero in the game. Everybody has to have her. Oh, look at this. I'm gonna have my mercy roll here soon. Like I said, haven't gotten a real good legendary in a long time, so. We'll see if we can get Maurice out of it. Wonder if we'll hit that 250 to get the mercy roll. So I'm thinking Maurice is probably top tier, but I don't think there's any one hero in this game that I would say is like an absolute chase hero that you must have, just because there's so many ways to build teams. Oh, here, we got a legendary. Who is it? Who is it? Oh my gosh, it's her. It's Maurice. We didn't even have to go to the 250. Yes. Oh man. All right. All right. Oh, I am so happy. Now I have something to use all that fodder for. Oh, and I still have like about 100 gold scrolls left. I've been saving these up just for a hero like this to really try to go after. So she, I think, is going to become a cornerstone of my top strategy. And if not my very, very top team, definitely like a second team or something like that. So I'm excited to get started on her. Let me know in the comments if you were able to get her, what you're going to do with her, what you think of her. And if you enjoy videos like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification, and I will catch you in the next one.